All right, we're doing this now. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back. This is part 5 of the Lexus build. I'm actually out here in the driveway waiting for the tow truck to arrive. They're gonna drop it off now. It's coming back from the body shop. I have seen it in pictures, but I haven't seen it in person, so this is first time I want to be able to see it from the engine bay getting painted. All right, guys, let's see what it looks like. What car is that, Poppy?
Car, Papi.
Look. Bang, come here. Come here, buddy. Bang. Man, it's good from up here. All right. This is the day after we received the GS back from the body shop. Wanted to show you guys in the sunlight how it looks. It's already got a couple water spots. I don't think it's anything. It's nothing. You can still smell the fresh paint, so I wanted to kind of been leaving it out so you could still get some sun. But honestly, guys, there's so many things to do in this project that I don't even know where to start. I'm thinking the smartest thing to do was probably to start on the heater core and get that out of the way before I start getting into the wiring and stuff. I still haven't decided what to do with that. I was kind of like looking at it overnight, and I want to run most of the wires that come up here to the front through the pillar, and then, you know, for lights, fans on this car that are over there factory, couple sensors, the horn that are over here, the radiator has a temp sensor in the bottom, and then there's a little fuse box here with the relays. So those cables need to be extended, guys. It's not gonna be just, you know, I don't want to run it back through here. I want to leave everything clean. Most of the cables are gonna go through the pillar. If you see, it actually has a hole here on this part over here, so I'm thinking this little hole here, it's already there. I might just kind of drill it out and make it bigger and kind of run the cables through here into the pillar. And you see, okay, so if you see down here, there's an opening. So this is open here, so they could travel all the way in here and then slide them back out through here, through the side, out, and maybe over here this way. I'm not sure. I know in the Supra I kind of did like a little slit here, cut that out, that corner there, and ran them this way. And then I had everything here, and you know, you could just hide the cables under and whatnot. So that's gonna be a while, guys. That's gonna take days and hours of just extending wires and stuff, and it's something that you need to be very meticulous. All the soldering and stuff needs to be very, you know, well done, so you don't have no problems later on. As far as everything else, pretty much the same. I put that rack back on to put the steering so they can move the car around in the body shop. That has to come back off. And that's it. It's just a bunch of wiring, and I'm gonna do the heater core. And what the first thing I'm gonna do is just slide it under the roof, because if you see, it's hot, really hot. See the shadow down here, and it's exactly in the sun. So if I get out there and start working inside that car, man, I'm gonna bake within 30 minutes. So I'm gonna push it in here under the little carport that we have here. So yeah, that should help out. All right, guys. All right, heater core is out. It's all dirty, full of dust and stuff. I'm gonna see if I blow it off a little bit with the compressor. I was looking at these this inlet and outlet pipe for the coolant, and I think you have to bend these on this car for the GTE swap, because the turbo kind of rubs here, so they kind of bend it to make clearance. So I was kind of thinking while I was out here to kind of cut these out and add some tenon bungs to it, and do it like I did in the Supra with the braided line for the water pipe that goes behind the water pump here, and then the other one to the back of the head. So I don't know, trying to get ideas, but trying to do them while I can and not regret it afterwards. So I don't know. kind of gonna think about it, take it apart, change the core, and see how that goes. All right. Well, actually, let's check the inside of the car. Hi, buddy. Got the little helper here.
Hi, Videos.
Hey, video, say hi.
Hi, Videos.
Hi, friends.
I'm fixing my car.
You're fixing your car?
That's my car.
Okay, hold on a second.
This.
Okay, hold on a second. Let's show them the car. Okay, hold on. Hold on, guys.
Fixing my car.
Hold on. All right, guys, so check it out. Dirty. Probably over 200,000 miles of just dust sitting there. And let's see. Gonna wipe that down too before I put it back together, so. And great. Just my luck as always. That's the core, the heater core that was in the Lexus, and that's what I ordered. Nothing to do with this one. All right, so I'm feeling a little stupid now. So this, I guess, is some type of, guys, don't quote me, I don't know the terms for this stuff. This is another, I guess, another type of condenser or something for the AC. If you can see, I was looking in here and I'm like, oh wait, there's another radiator in there, or you know, some type of coolant or something heater related looking in there. And I saw this, started taking it apart and kind of split them together, and then there is for the AC, there's another core or some type. This one looks like it's never been replaced neither. So I mean, I have it, it's here. I'm just gonna go ahead and replace it. It's full of like oil, that's that stuff from the AC, you know, that oil that the AC refrigerant has. So you know, why not? We're here now, might as well replace it and just have everything cleaned up. I went ahead and order the other one, so I should probably get that in a couple days. All right, so just finished installing the AC condenser or whatever, I don't know what it's called, sorry, my apologies. I know the other one is the heater core. This one must be the HVAC, whatever. It was not a fun little thing to change. As you can see, both of these bolts broke off. I guess there's some type of corrosion or something was leaking there. You see it, got into the threads, and it was really hard to take on. Eventually both of them broke off. I had to go to the local hardware store and get two new bolts. Cleaned it up a little bit, but that's in there. You can see what it looks like. It's pretty simple, guys. It has bolts all around, and it splits in half. This mesh over here, it's glued on, so you have to like peel it back and just kind of flip it on one side and then just have the other side undone. So here's what it looks like. I try to kind of like save that sponge there, but it's just two bolts in there. Those are the new bolts that I had to get, one and the other. So yeah, that was that. The blower is still out. I'm waiting for the heater core to come in, which goes in here with the two pipes that go into the firewall, and from what I can see, they're not removable, so it comes with the heater core, so just in case anybody's wondering. So then that'll be put that back together. That's the hardware for that. I didn't want to mix it, and I guess I'm going to jump into to the wiring. So yeah, that's going to be the long fun part. All right, so since we're waiting for the heater core, we are gonna move on to the wiring. So I have made the call that I have so much things to split between the body harness and the engine harness. Well, the connections for the engine harness, but they're all together. That I'm just gonna cut it here, run everything I need to run that way, and the other half on the other side where I need to see what goes what's staying there and what's coming inside the cabin, and then I'll extend as I need to go. Guys, this is not what I wanted. I didn't want to cut, but I have no other choice. This is the only way that I see it's gonna be the cleanest way possible that I need to do this. So I'm gonna.
I thought it's so short.
I'm not. I'm gonna do it right here, right after the ground. Basically, I'm just gonna tape them together so I don't lose like where they're at, and then inside I can just move them around. In the front, I mean. Right. So that's that. This is. These were already eliminated. I didn't cut that. I guess when they did the swap, I found them there and I just ran them back. Alright, ready?
Where are you gonna cut? Not there.
Right here?
Cut in front of the first tape.
No, it needs to be here.
Babe, but how
I'm
about if you need
gonna
more?
cut as close as possible here.
No, cut before.
I can't cut before. It needs
Why?
to be the ground. The ground goes here. Then I'll move the ground wherever. But this is the first cut. Like here's straight and then everything starts separate.
How about if you need more? You can't go back.
Alright, we're doing this. Now.
Goodness gracious. Make sure it's straight.
Huh?
That hurts.
Hurts. So many cables.
And if it doesn't work, you have to buy new.
The good thing is we could go to the junkyard. I'm sure we can find a harness. If we start the car.
And stay hours taking it out.
Nah, junkyard just work the thing out. Alright, chopped. We have that side, we have this side. These are the computer ones. But you see how they're all like tied up? So now we have to go one by one to see what's gonna come inside and what's gonna go over there. And we're moving so much stuff around.
Are you planning to come inside today?
Yeah. Soon.
Huh?
Soon.
What have you gotten done?
These. So there's
What happened?
So there's 56 cables that we have to reattach. This is where the computer stuff goes, which was attached to the main one, so I was able to split them. I was able to split the ECU ones inside. There's 56 cables that I'm attaching again, and then the rest are over there. I go to the engine bay, but I'm gonna finish these first, and then I'll move on to that. But yeah, very time consuming. Wiring is not fun. It's matched the exact color. And then some of them they're like repeated colors, but they have like one little stripe or two little stripes. It's just like you need a lot of concentration, and a lot of patience. My back is killing me.
You're old.
I'm old already. Yeah, and just like once you stare at this for a couple hours, it burns you out. So you kind of have to like let off. Then go on the next day.
Don't stop.
And then I mean it's hot, so now it's nice and cool because the sun's down. But yeah, it's a certain time of day, so yeah, this is gonna take a couple days. At least on the Super, it was like not even half the wires, and I remember like it was at least 20-something hours of wiring just to like do the tuck. This thing is completely, I don't know why these cars are so complicated. There's sensors everywhere, and it's just a lot more stuff. So yeah, we're here.
Thank God I don't have to pay for this.
We're still here. Alright guys, welcome back. This is another clip to this video. I know this video's been at least been like 6 weeks that I've been recording on and off clips, small clips, because I said that, you know, we're gonna focus on the harness and that stuff was gonna be boring. So I believe the last clip was me snipping the, by the way, it's getting better, it's getting to the end of it. I hate looking down on my thumb and seeing this thing. It looks like nail polish. It's extremely annoying. So anyway, the last clip, I think it was me cutting the harness with my wife, and just doing a little bit of soldering and stuff. But I wanted to show you guys what we did on this side. So this side is officially completed. You can see this is what the harness looks like inside. I'm not too happy how this came out, this boot here. It kind of like cut up to here. I tried to save it as much as I could, and I'm not, you know, whatever. Olive brake booster's gonna go here, so we'll kind of hide this a little bit, but it's the best I could have done with this boot here and saving it and whatnot. So here I didn't want to do too much tape neither, but it's the only way. I couldn't sleeve this wire sleeve and shrink wrap at the end of it. It was too hard, too many cables to slip through, so I had to do with that. This is for the wipers, which is done already, and then here this is for all the wiring that went through. Obviously you have to cut a piece in here so you can feed the wires from the bottom to the top, and some of them you see they go through the pillar. But if you guys know about this GS pillar, you see there's a little circle back there, so you literally have to fit all the cables through that circle. It's not an open you know, what's it called, it's not open all the way from over there. It's got sections in the middle of it. So this last harness, this last piece of it, there was like I want to say like 12, 13 cables in there. I had to run it through the inside because it didn't fit through there, so did it behind here. It's got room to play, it's not tight on there. Put a zip tie here, kind of hold it in place just in case. Remember, the fender's gonna go over this, cover all of this, so none of this is gonna be exposed. I am leaving this relay box here, which is the relays for the fans, I believe. Fans, and I don't know what else. There's a couple of little things in there, but I wanted to keep something stockish. I'm probably thinking about doing the lower half. I'm gonna take it to my body shop guy, have him color match that too. And these are the two cables that are in there. I wanted to make it something, you know, something OEM-ish, not completely, but I think that's decent. That's probably like 4 inches of wire that just shows. The rest is down here, so you can see it's gonna go through here. This is that I think this is a ABS sensor, I'm not sure. The relays, the grounds are down here. Mind you, this harness had, like, I want to say at least 14 different grounds, and they all kind of like, you know, try to, like, I guess Toyota fed them into different sections because there's so many of them, and then they just tie them together, and then they eventually just lead into like the chassis ground. So what I did is I split them kind of like in half, put them together, soldered all of them together, and kind of split them in half, and they're on there tight. And this is not permanently on there. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna take out that bolt, sand down the paint, grind on the paint a little bit so it can make good contact. So that's that. There's 3 sensors, or 3 cables, yeah, 3 sensors that go on the top here under this this railing, for the top part. And one of them is, if you see, I put around the AC, one of the AC lines, because there's a sensor that goes here. I kind of wanted to measure where it goes. So this one goes here. This is just kind of on there, just to give me an idea, guys. I wanted to see how long I had to make the cables. This is the ambient temperature, I think. This is for this sensor. I'm not even sure what it is, but I know it goes up here on top of this part. It's just off. That's why I kind of just zip tied there. That one goes here, and then this, I believe, is for the latch, for the lock. So, which probably ends up right around here. So I give myself a little extra space. That's that. This is the I believe ABS sensor, impact sensor. I was gonna get rid of them, but I didn't want to deal with you know, ABS lights and stuff. So that's kind of how we're gonna do those. You know, doesn't bother too much. I'm gonna take these bases off, getting painted. Right now they're mounted on there just for reference. So it's not gonna stay like that. The rest of the stuff, it's over here. It's all loomed. If you see, I ran them down here because once the headlight is on, I'm just gonna feed them through the backside, or I'll figure something out to feed them through, but they're not gonna be exposed to the back. You have, I believe this is turn signal, either low beam or high beam. one of those, one or the other. I forgot what this is for. There's another light. This car has lights everywhere. And these are the fans and the little sensor, the temperature sensor that goes in the bottom of the radiator. So that's that. Pretty much. I still have to do the other side. Oh, hold on. Before I get on that, let me take you inside so you guys can see where the engine harness is gonna be. Well, not engine harness, where the ECU harness is, and what it looks like. So, I know I'm not gonna use everything, guys, but I didn't want to complicate things. I just literally mirrored everything that was in there, in here. I'm not gonna get it complicated. Probably I won't use everything, but everything that was outside, I just pretty much ran inside. This, I believe, goes or went to the ABS pump, not the ABS pump, yeah, the ABS pump and brake booster. You know, this car is electronic and it has a bunch of stuff. This is a resistor, I believe it had in there. I kind of just took out the bracket and I'm just gonna feed it off down here somewhere. This is in here for the dash. This is another cable that was in there. That's why I kind of put them all together. I don't want to lose track, but this is stuff that was in there. And then obviously the engine harness, the body harness that went to the engine was here, which I think I'm gonna run it that way to the passenger side. I didn't think I was gonna have enough space, but it looks like I am. And this is what it looks like. If you guys know, this is actually exactly what was on the ECU in that box that we took off when we first started. All I did was pretty much, you saw, guys, I cut the harness in the middle, and then I just soldered the cables out together. Maybe you don't have to do it that way, but honestly, when I kept on staring at these things, man, it was just driving me crazy. So this was probably like the easiest way. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I probably have like a good 30 hours worth of wiring already just on this side. Here's, it's all taped up and there's nothing touching, but that's what that corner looks like there. Let's see. So like before I get off track, I wanted to mirror everything that was in there, just in here, just exactly stuck to the game plan like I wanted to. Just, you know, computer side in here, and then engine based stuff in there with a wire tuck, you know, hide away from the cable. So on this side we're done, we're good with that. Let's see. Okay, so now we're working on the passenger side, which before I go outside, you see where the fuses are. There's like 3 plugs that connect into that panel there, and this harness runs along the back of the firewall on the outside, obviously on the engine side, and then like another couple cables I think hook up to that orange and that blue plug over there on this side. So everything on these cars, man, I mean, I think IS is about the same. The body harness and engine harness is all connected, man. I don't know why they did that. They should have just done this side here and that side over there and not complicate things, but I guess, you know, that's just the way it is. So I didn't want to bore you guys because I know wiring is not, you know, it's not something that's just, you know, it's just time consuming, guys. Another news, we picked up the head, or I picked up the head like 2 days ago. These are the stock springs, stock retainers, stock camshafts. We did go with some BC 272s that I was able to find. I know those things are on back order. I don't know if they still are. They've been on back order for a while. So this is the other harness, and it's not going to be easy just like the other side. It's got its complications. So I'm gonna lay it down here so you guys can see. Guys, so I laid out the harness here so you guys can look. So obviously this side over here is going to be the easy part. I'm thinking of cutting it somewhere right here, and then extending all these cables, sleeving them, tucking them away how I want to, just how I did on the other side. And then obviously we're just gonna run inside the car. This is the boot that goes inside the car, and these are the plugs that I was showing you guys there on the firewall on the passenger side. Obviously this is your alternator cable. I'm not gonna upgrade the alternator just yet, but I am gonna run a bigger cable, because I know on the Supra I ran a Mechman and you have to run like I think a 4 or 2 gauge wire. That's what Mechman recommends. So I might just do that just to get out of the way. I am gonna be doing this fuse box. I am gonna be mounting it inside the car. I want to leave that area back there for you know, a nice custom made catch can, and I actually want to cover all this over here. I don't want to, you know, I've seen the guys that leave the fuse box here, and then the The catch can has to look small and kind of awkward, you know, like just kind of like somebody just fabbed something in there just to kind of fit. So I want something nice, you know, with a filter, my 2 breather lines, you know, something just like the Supra. I want this area clean. I don't want anything in there. So obviously this is the positive for the battery. Where the battery we're going to relocate to the trunk because it goes there too. And then this is the harness that I told you goes outside on the firewall, which for some reason I don't even know why. So these 2 over here, orange and blue, like I said, connect to the other kick panel on the driver's side. And then obviously you guys see there's another ground here. And then, all right, little update here for the GS guys. This is that fuse box that goes under your brake booster there. These are all relays for ABS and traction control. All of that, got rid of it. The only one that we took out of here was the horn. That's in there somehow. So the rest, this goes along the firewall into the engine bay. I'm gonna be put on the inside now. Look how much smaller that is. This is your positive cable that goes to your battery. This is gonna be going to the trunk since we're gonna be moving the battery to the trunk. So this goes into the distribution block. We're gonna have one feed from the battery to the front. One goes here, the other one goes to the starter cable. This is the cables for the horn. We're gonna be attaching the relay here inside the cabin on the passenger side now. 2 grounds. Your harness that goes to the kick panel. If you guys see this thing, not only is it like 40 pounds. Okay, you see you have a plug, another plug here, plug here, all different types of plugs. So how's that for a wiring rig? Look at all that. Which side is, which is this one over here. So I'm not sure how we're gonna do that. Either maybe just plug this away because obviously those cables are not gonna come back out. And then if we do the engine harness, it's most likely gonna come out of this side. So I don't know how we're gonna do this boot. I don't know how there's not gonna be that many cables coming out now. So that'll probably get slimmed. Maybe Lando, when he does the harness, he could come up with something there and we could do something nice. So yeah, guys, I know it's a lot of explanation and details, but wiring is, I honestly, hats off to the guys that do it, man. This stuff is, at least for me, man, it's, you stare at it, you know, for a couple hours, it burns you out. I try to come after work, put some time in, and it's like, man, it's either I'm not in the mood, it's extremely hot, you know, baby wants to spend time, wants to play, so it's hard, man. It's really hard. Engine bay wise, you know, I'm pretty happy how everything came out. I haven't seen anything that's bothered me. I might throw some paint down there just to match. You see that white down there? That was just overspray that the previous owner had when they painted the car. It was just a crappy job, guys, and it sucked. The other thing that I have to do is, this is gonna go here. This is the brake lines. Guys, I had to make custom brake lines and I don't know how to do it. And I reached out to a couple guys and nobody wants to do it. So I'm gonna be pretty stuck on that one. I seen Ryan's video. I'm doing it. He was doing it on his Supra and his wife's Supra. So I may just kind of buy the tools and maybe just do it myself. You know, maybe it's not all that hard and it just easy. I mean, it's just one of those things that, you know, everybody describes it as something hard and it's not that hard. So once I'm done with the wiring, the brake lines is probably the next thing I'm gonna be working on. All right, guys. So another thing I wanted to show you. I haven't put in the heater core back on together. You guys, I'm not sure if I recorded this in the clip, that I was dealing with that whole condenser thing. This is the other condenser. This is what comes out through the firewall for the heater core. So I was thinking, he's like, man, let me be extra. Like the Supra, it's outside. You know, it doesn't cost me to do anything. So I'm gonna weld the bungs on it so I could do them braided lines. So probably gonna cut back here to this line and have somebody weld these. These are -10s. It's actually the same size as the diameter there. This side, this is the water pipe for the back. Obviously, you know, we have to cut this area here, move it over here where the tape is. I marked it off there. Weld one of these bungs here too, and then this one we're gonna eliminate. And when I was there, I'm probably gonna do the water neck on the OEM unit, put a -20, and then we'll put the other one on the radiator, and we'll do a braided line instead of that hard pipe that goes from the radiator to the water neck. Just you know, it just kind of like looks nice, man. I don't know, the water pipe with the 2 couplers at the end, it's kind of old, it's played out. We're trying to do a little something different, and obviously cost wise, when you do it, it's about the same price. Just got to put in the work. So here we have the head from the GS. If you can see, we upgraded to BC 272 cams. These were used, they're not new. Remember, these are on back order. I'm not sure if they still are, I haven't looked again, but I was able to hunt down a set. The head, you know, he cleaned it up pretty nicely. I didn't ask for it to be sandblasting. Shout out to my buddy Abraham. He said that the head's not a good idea to do sandblasting, just to kind of just handle, like, you know, clean it off. Nothing crazy, you don't need anything as long as the oil comes out. We're good, and it actually looks pretty clean. So here's the cap that you remember we broke off the ear when we took it off. I didn't know any better. So the cap is on. This is it's good. That's why you see a different color. If you see here, I started trying to source down from my leftover ARP hardware that I had from the Supra. So I might do some ARP studs here. I mean, bolts here in the front, just so it can kind of look good aesthetically. This is the exhaust side, obviously, you guys see. So yeah, looks pretty good. Let's see what else. So we did crawler springs and retainers, which were all the ones on the Supra. New OEM valve stem seals, and that's it. I'm gonna be removing this water pipe back here, and we're gonna tap it, and we're gonna do a dash 10 fitting, so we could do the Brady lines, remember, to the heater core, to the head, and then the other side to the little water pipe that I just showed you guys a little while ago. So yeah, guys, new seals going in. I'm probably gonna do the wiring first on the driver's side, I'm sorry, passenger side, and then we're probably gonna assemble the rest of the motor just so everything's done. But yeah, guys, excited for this one, and can't wait till it's done. Guys, one more thing I wanted to share with you guys in this video before we close it out was the intake manifold. So I always heard that the stock throttle bodies on the Chinese manifolds tend to leak, tend to get stuck open. I found this one online from what's her name, Rolando. He had one for sale, and I reached out to him and sold it, gave me a good deal, didn't pass it up. So the only thing, I had a 3-inch throttle body flange tool, which I honestly, I found out later on, it's 4 bolts, you could just upgrade to the 4-inch. Again, it's a downside for torque, but it's on my side, I'm doing it more for looks, so I'm not too worried about that. Now the wheel was on this side and the TPS on this side. So then for the TPS to engage, it was gonna be facing up. Again, when you're like me, or anybody thinks like me, I can't live with that. Like, I'd rather go to the Chinese one than deal with that cable up there. So I reached out to RMR and asked them, hey, is there any way we could alter this? Is there like an adapter? They said, like, yeah, all we have to do is just flip it on, send it to us free of charge. All you gotta do is pay for the shipping. These guys, man, phenomenal service. You know, I believe they're a small company, family owned, but these guys, man, they received, I think, the throttle body within 2 or 3 days. You know, they did whatever they had to do and ship it right out the same day. And I got it back Friday. Like, literally, it was like turnaround in the same week. And the packaging, when I got it back, it looked like I just got it brand new. You know, bubble wrap. They even like put it in this board. You know, that wrapped, vacuumed out. Man, it's just, I was blown away. You know, I deal with shipping stuff too at work, and it's not even what it costs. It's just the extra time to do it, man. So props to them. That's awesome customer service. Very happy for them. Anybody that wants to do an RMR on the Chinese intake, it's not a direct bolt-on. You have to massage the holes in here a little bit, because I think 2 or 3 of them are gonna square up right away, but there's a bottom one or a top one, whichever, you know, position you put it on, it's gonna be off. So it's gonna be off like half a bolt. So you have to kind of drill in there a little bit and kind of massage it so it goes in. Now, obviously, I went the extra mile. I massaged over here, this corner, and this one extra because I wanted this part over here as flat as possible. I didn't want like a lip higher than the other. I'm very into visuals. I like everything to be as perfect as possible. Now, the one thing that does bother me, this is a Chinese fuel rail. It was only 40 bucks. It doesn't line up. It doesn't. One hole either lines up and the other one doesn't. So that's the first thing I did. I drilled out a hole But then the injector hole does not bolt up directly to the hole on the fuel rail. So you're gonna have a crooked injector, and that's the last thing you want. So we kind of had to open another hole and do like a little slit so we can have room to slide the fuel rail back and forth. So yes, that is the only thing that's kind of upsetting me about it, but it's not the end of the world. I might just touch it up here in the corner where you see the little silver there with some black paint so you don't see it too much, but it's possible. And I honestly, I like the black. Obviously the Super's chrome, but I think the black is gonna look cool. It's gonna give it a nice touch. So yeah, guys, this is a nice, for me, it's a real nice piece now. I seen a couple local guys, Andy and Gilly, he just made over 1,000 horsepower on one of these. So whoever's saying that these things don't hold, man, I guess I'll have to put it to the test and see what it does. So guys, I'm gonna close this one out here. I know it's a lot of talk and a lot of chatter. If you guys have any comments, questions, or helpful tips I could go along, feel free to message me, Instagram, comment down below on the video. Remember guys to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification so you can get updates or notifications on videos when they get posted. And obviously guys, if you like the video, like it, and just help out with the channel guys in the algorithm. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later guys.